Hello, people. Hello, people. Welcome to another episode of Parenting with Olasubomi. So, as we all know that on this podcast, we do talk about parents, we do talk about children, we talk about home, raising intentional parents, faith-based parents, and discovering the potentials in your child. So on today's podcast, we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which is temperament. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk to you about this topic. And one thing about temperament is that I noticed that parents have neglected the aspect of the way their children behave, the temperament of their child. And it just occurred to me like, okay, let's do this. Let's talk about temperament. Let's talk about temperament, the way, and temperament means the way we behave, the way we react to situations, the way we think as a human being, the way we think, the way we learn. So we have different types of temperament. On this session, we are going to be talking about the four different types of temperament, and we are going to be taking it one after the other, one by one, one by one. So today we are talking about the sanguine. So I want you to get your notepad, get your pen, tell your friend, tell the friend to tell a friend that something is going on this YouTube channel. I want you to invite somebody. If you know of any educator, any caregivers, any parent out there, to reach out to this particular podcast, because it's going to be a time of reflection, a time of clarity, a time of direction for each and every one of us. So, like I said, we are talking about temperament. Maybe somebody is saying, "Oh, what's temperament? What does temperament means?" Temperament is the way we behave. Yes. And I personally give temperament a definition which I called your character. Yes, temperament is your character, your personality, who you are. Yes, who you are, your personality, the way you behave, like I said earlier, the way you react to situations, the way you learn, your intellect, temperament. So what are the types of temperament? We have the sanguine, we have the choleric, we have the melancholy, and we have the phlegmatic. So today we are going to be talking about one of the interesting parts of the types of temperament, which is the sanguine. I'm so excited to talk about this. I'm so excited. So get ready to learn with me. So when we talk about the sanguine, okay, before then, that we on this that on this particular show we are talking about understanding your child's temperament, and we are talking about the sanguine part. So we are going to take it from the toddler to the teenager. Yes, from the toddler to the teenager. So we are talking about the sanguine. So I don't know if you've heard of sanguine. Maybe somebody's saying, "Oh, what does sanguine mean?" So sanguine is an expressive person, an expressive personality, and an energetic person. In your workplace, there's this person that always bring out energy. I don't know if they are doing something and you just say energy. They used to bring out energy. They're expressive. They communicate. They express their mind. They are people that sociable, they are jovial. Yes, they are life of the party, in quotes, they are life of the party. And these people are disorganized. They are not, they can't keep to a routine. Someone who is a sanguine can't keep to a long routine. They have this short term span. Yes, they have this short term span because they are people of pleasure. Yes, they seek pleasure, they derive pleasure. So once they want once they are interested in one thing and they focus in it, but there's another person giving them, oh, there's another phone going here, they tend to get easily distracted and move on to another thing. So let's now move to, how can we discover a toddler who is a sanguine? How can we discover a sanguine who is a toddler? Number one, like I was saying earlier, that an expressive child. So a toddler who is a sanguine, number one is that he expresses himself. Yes, I have a 2 year old at home that he talks so much. He expresses himself in communication. Oh my, he expresses himself so much in communication. Like right from when he was 9 months coming up, he starts blabbing, blabbing. We were like, oh, maybe he's trying to talk. But right from 1 year old, he started talking, like communicating, mimicking you. What you say is going to say it again. What you say is going to say it again. Like you can't be around him and you won't be happy. Like he expresses so much fun. Let me say it that way. He expresses so much fun. He expresses so much fun. Yes, and what are another ways by which we can know? Yes, their emotions also, they have these eyes, they take eye these eye emotions, like they take things personal. Now as a toddler, they throw tantrums. Yes, they easily throw tantrums, but they don't dwell so much on their emotions because they are a pleasure seeking person. So if at all, okay, something is going on, let's give an instance. He wants to take his biscuit. Your toddler wants to take his biscuit. Your toddler, who is a sanguine, wants to take his biscuit, but something happened, you don't want to give him the biscuit, he starts crying. Once he senses a fun activities going on in another place, he drops that crying and he moves on with his playing, laughing immediately, like within a twinkling of an eye. He moves on with it. Then how can we also discover a preteen who is a sanguine? Okay, number one factor I would say is that they are this social moderator. They have this circle of friends. They are people that they are very friendly, and they have this circle of friends. They are social moderator, like they carry people along. Yes, back then when we are in primary school or junior secondary school now, there's this friend of ours that is this popular, very very popular, very known in school. So they have this circle of friends. They're always talking. They are like the head of the clique, like the head of the gang. Let me put it that way. They are the head of the gang, and they're always giving the order. So for you to discover your preteen who is a sanguine, they are always social moderator. Like anywhere they are, you have to know that they are there. They can't be there and you won't know. Like they connect with people easily. They make friends easily. They make friends easily, and they talk so much. Not Don't let me say they talk so much, but they tend to talk. They tend to express themselves. Like I talk about this toddler part also. Yes, they talk like they express themselves. They connect with people easily, and they are disorganized. I said that I was when I was mentioning the characteristics of the sanguine, I mentioned that they are disorganized. Yes, a preteen sanguine, for you to discover a preteen sanguine, they are disorganized. Yes, they are very, very disorganized, like disorganized to things that you be like, why can't you just pick up this thing? Why can't you just do this thing? Why can't you just arrange this thing properly? They are disorganized because they have a short time span. Like I said earlier, yes, they have this short time span. They can't fix on one thing and do one thing straightforward, and that's where you come in as a parent, as an educator, and as a caregiver. They have this short term span that they can't fix to do something for a long time. So when you ask your toddler preteen that, okay, I want you to arrange this thing now, you will see that there will be a switch. Like he will want to do it, but in the process of doing it, is already he loses interest in it because there's a fun activity, or something distracts him or her, and he decided to go in that part. So that is that concerning the preteen. Like I said, they are social moderator. They are disorganized. They can't keep to a routine. Yes, they can't keep to a routine. Then how do we know a teenager who is a sanguine? So another way you can discover your teenager who is a sanguine is that they are spontaneous. They act quickly but don't think deeply. Yes, they act quickly. They don't, like, sometimes they even talk without thinking. Yes, they react without thinking. they react without thinking. They talk, they express themselves without thinking. Like for instance, you are talking to a teenager who is a sanguine, and you are trying to communicate with that teenager that, oh, this is what I'm trying to say. But she's not trying to understand what you are saying. She's not thinking it through, and she's already expressing her emotions. She's reacting. Yes, a teenager who is a sanguine, they tend to react before thinking what they are reacting on. They express themselves with before thinking on what they are expressing themselves on. Yes, sometimes they talk, they are lousy. Yes, they talk, they express their communication, they talk, they talk, they react to things without thinking. And another thing is that they are emotional, but they don't but their emotions are not too long. They don't stay on a negative emotion. Let me say that. They don't stay on a negative emotion too long. Yeah. They can feel sad now, but they won't stay on it. In fact, one thing about a sanguine is that they love attention. They love give when you give them attention. They love it when you show them your full attention. They love it when you show them your full attention. But one thing about them is that even when you try and show it that you are ignoring them, that you are ignoring it, you ignore you ignore showing them attention. Let's say, okay, let me give an illustration to buttress what I'm saying. Let's say that in a scenario there is a sanguine leader who is communicating to people, to a group of people, and the leader is communicating to them, telling them these are the things they are to do. But few person among the people, they decide to ignore the leader. The sanguine person is not going to show it. Yes, he's not going to react. He's not going to show it. Though deep down inside of him is sad about it. So their emotions, they have a way of buckling up their emotions. Yes, they have a way of buckling up their emotions and not showing it that this is who they are. They have a way to show it because of the jovial part of them. So, and mind you, I didn't say this earlier, every temperament is your personality. That is the way every child is created. Everyone is created uniquely, differently. Yes, everyone is created uniquely and differently. How do we help them? How do we strengthen them in their weaknesses? And how do we help them in their strength? And how do we help them to also discover their potentials? The one major factor I would just use to summarize all of this is accountability. Let them be accountable to you, and also you also be how will I put it, be so consistent in checking up on them. Like be there for them. Like give them your give them your all. Like let it show that okay, you are there for them in their weakness. For instance, or someone who is disorganized. Okay, I have a teenager. I'm not sure if I said that earlier, but I'm trying to remember. I have a teenager at home that is so disorganized, very very disorganized, especially in his clothes. Like putting clothes on the floor, throwing clothes there, very disorganized. One thing I did to help him is that I told him to pick up a cardboard, write it on the cardboard, and place it beside his wardrobe, on the edge of his wardrobe. That pick up your clothes, write it. I told him write it yourself and put it there. Pick up your clothes. So at least for to some extent, I've been getting a positive response through that act, a positive response to some extent. I'm not saying everything, because some of us, we think that oh, everything is going to change suddenly. To some extent, things have been changing. Like picking up his clothes, to some extent it has been changing to some extent. So doing little things like that help them. Like okay, he has for I said they don't have a long term span. They don't have a long term. They have this short term span. They can't keep to a routine for long. They get easily distracted. So in putting that badge on his wardrobe, pick up your clothes, he will remember. Like okay, let's say he's putting his clothes in his bag, he tends to remember that okay, If I remove my clothes, then I should be able to pick it up. Like immediately he sees that badge, he knows that okay, I have already dropped the clothes. Then it's now time for me to what? To pick it up. So that is also another way you help them in not being disorganized. And also, if you notice, I've been talking about from the toddler stage to the preteen to the teenager. I've been saying that, oh, they're expressive, they're energetic. Then how do we channel that expressive? How do we channel that communication? How do we channel that act of them being so expressive? If you there For each and every child, for each and every person that God created, there's this thing, there's this enthusiasm, there's this charisma that you have when you see something. So if you should notice your girl child or your boy child or your learner or your student, there's this particular thing that he has that is so welled up with, that when he talks about that thing, he talks about it with everything in him. He talks about it with everything in him. He has passion. So he has passion for talking about it. For those who are very expressive among them, yes, he has passion in talking about it. Though almost all of them talk about everything generally. But when it gets to the teenage age, there are some things that they talk about. They keep on talking about it. And when you notice that, oh, this son of mine, this daughter of mine keeps talking about this thing, then you try and channel that thing to the positive way. You try and channel it to the positive part, so it will help them to be a public speaker. It will help them to be better in the nearest future. And also, one thing is that I said they connect with people easily. Yes, they connect with people easily. Then you let them know the do's and the don'ts. The people they should connect with, the people they should not connect with. Because there's this English adage that says that if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So when you help them channel it to the right path, okay, let's say he loves connecting with people, like I said, Betty, let's give an illustration now. Betty loves connecting with people. Betty loves connecting with people. Let's say Betty connects with friend, any kind of friend. You are able to sit Betty down and make Betty to know that these are the kind of people you work with, and these are the kind of people you don't associate yourself with. It's good for you to have them as friends. That's you not looking down on people now, not letting them look down on people that, oh, they are better than these people. So it's good that you have friends, but you don't don't get so close, so attached to this kind of people. Letting them know the kind of people to connect with, so as they grow up, they have this good people, this good mindset of people that channel their mindset in a positive way. So also, and another place is also being accountable. Like I said, they have this distraction, they get easily distracted. I said it earlier that they get easily distracted. Don't give them a long term span work. Don't give them something that will keep them busy, so they will not leave the job and you start nagging again. Don't give them something that will make them fixed for a long time if you have not worked with them. You start by little. Start with something short. Start with something short. And also, a sanguine works under pressure. Yes, a sanguine can work under pressure. And because, why did I say they work under pressure? Because they see it as fun. And I said earlier that a sanguine is wired with pleasure. The way they are wired, they love pleasure. Yes, they love pleasure. So they can work under pressure. So you can just tell them that, okay, if you do this in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give you a sticky note of love. If you do this in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give you a snack. You will see their enthusiasm will rise up and they will do it with all their hearts. And also, I'm talking to the educators and the caregivers, teachers and parents now. One thing I notice about teachers is that they have this they have this mindset of seeing sanguine as playful, stubborn, any other word, because a sanguine can be in a class and you will not know why. They are playful. Let me use that word. Permit me to use that word. They are playful. So if you are teaching them and they are not focused, sometimes you will feel that, oh, this boy is too playful. Oh, this boy is not brilliant. He's not coming up in his studies. Why? Because for a sanguine, you have to make everything fun for him to learn. Yes, because they are pleasure driven people. They are pleasure seeking people. So you have to make everything fun for them. I'm not saying it should be so funny, so lousy, but then even as a teenager, it does not have to be funny because they're already getting more matured. So, but something that will make their enthusiasm rise up, make them, oh, I want to do this, make them make something out of it very beautiful, something creative, something fun. Make a lesson fun for them. It can be home lesson, it can be school lesson, it can be moral lesson whatsoever. Okay, if you do this, make out something fun for them. Okay, in doing schoolwork. That's why you see children, even children, little toddlers now, if they want to teach them, they'll say cough one. They will make it fun. As a sanguine, right from toddler to preteen to teenager, everything about them, for them to learn it, for them to know it, it has to be fun. It has to be fun for them to understand it. It has to be fun. It has to be fun. Start it with fun for them. Make it something lively. Okay, I want to teach you this thing. They can't stay in a place that is bored. They get easily bored. So they can't stay in a surrounding that is bored. So you have to make it fun for them to be able to learn and to understand it. And by doing so, by working with them in their leadership aspect, in their communication aspect, in every aspect, in their being lively, in making friends, it helps them to work and bring out that gift that is in them. And I know that as we all learn together, as we all reflect upon this word, our child will walk in the gift that he has been called to work. And please, I want to see you tomorrow. Please, like I said earlier, tell a friend to tell a friend that this YouTube channel is a must to watch. Something important is going on this YouTube channel, which is understanding your child's temperament, and is a must to watch for every educators, every caregivers, and every parent, and also every guardian out there. It is a must to watch. And I also love to see you tomorrow as we going on another session, which is phlegmatic. I know some people will be like, oh, I have not heard that word before, and some will be like, oh, you are related to that. It's all good, but let's all come together again to learn together. And I will also love to see your comments in the comment section. Thank you for joining today, and I will also love to see you tomorrow in your numbers. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I still remain Olasubomi. Thank you. Bye.